you need to be in Dillon, Montana tomorrow night because we're doing some waterfowl and some pheasant hunting. And I'm like, oh, shoot, okay. But y'all, it's happening. It's still hard to believe. I am so excited to see where this can take me, see the opportunities that this is opening up for me, and I'm just floored. Hey, y'all, this is Sam, and you're listening to The Wild Initiative.
Put down your latte and pull on your boots.
Our culture needs people that are leaders and not people that are waiting for somebody else to show them how to do it.
Those fields of tofu, that was formerly habitat for wildlife. You're killing off wildlife by being a vegetarian just as much as a hunter when he kills a deer.
I'm like, well, you see that bush right there? There's your bathroom.
Yeah. My dad wears a Levi jacket. He sits in front of a sagebrush, and he tells me the best camo is hold still.
Not to Donnie Vincent this, but be relentless in everything you do. Don't crap out, go back to the truck with excuses or whatever.
Okay, assume I get a deer. How do I cut it up to fit into a Honda Civic?
Just get outside and go, because once you do, it's all gravy from there.
Hey, this is Zach Griffith.
This is Hannah Barron.
This is Jason Phelps of Phelps Game Calls.
Hey guys, this is Cody Rich from the Rich Outdoors Podcast.
What's up guys, this is Chad Mendez.
You're listening to The Wild Initiative.
Hey y'all, welcome to another episode of The Wild Initiative, brought to you as part of the Waypoint Outdoor Collective. All right, y'all, so I've got a bit of a different episode for y'all. You may be used to my once-a-year solo episode, a bit of a recap episode. This one's going to be a little bit different. This year has been a super exciting year for me. It's going to be a recap of a bit more than just one hunt like y'all have heard before. I've got some exciting news that I want to share with y'all. And so, as I was saying, this has been a super exciting year for me, a huge year of firsts. I started off this year learning to fly fish. I got my first fish on a fly this year. And that has been an amazing time. I've done just a crap ton of fly fishing this year. Additionally, y'all that have been listening to the podcast, been following me on Instagram, know that I got my first elk. Drew an Arizona tag, went down and hunted really hard with John Stallone, and managed to take my first elk. And I mean, it was an incredible experience. And those of you that have been following along with my whole journey know that it has taken me 4 years to harvest my first elk with my bow. I'm letting this experience, and this whole experience to me has really just motivated me to work even harder this year, to start earlier, to be more focused, to spend more time hiking with weight, to spend more time scouting the areas I want to hunt way ahead of time, to see if I can get time to get out and scout more. Really to practice my shooting, to refine my bow setup, to really spend all of this time now from post-archery season all the way through the year prepping for next season. And it has just been a really amazing year. Not only have I been fly fishing a bunch, not only did I harvest my first elk, I got to go on my first pheasant hunt, and I got to go on my first few waterfowl hunts. And I've just been hunting a crap ton this year. This is the year that I've been wanting to have. This is the year of new experiences for me, and it's been amazing. I've gotten to try so many things I've never done before in the hunting world. And this initial waterfowl and pheasant hunt were kind of unexpected. I went down for my hunt in Arizona, hunted pretty hard down there, visited some friends, and after that went up through Colorado and I did my fly fishing and spent a couple weeks fly fishing around Colorado. Got a chance to meet another new buddy, Ben Siddig, huge fly fisherman. Keep an ear out for a podcast coming up with him soon. But he invited me out, and I ended up fly fishing out in Utah. And so I had been planning on visiting a buddy up in Bozeman. He had just moved out there, and I told him I'd be coming up through Montana because, as far as I'm concerned, Montana is on the way home from everything. Y'all know I mean, if you've talked to me, listened to me for very long at all, y'all know I'm obsessed with Montana. I think it is arguably the greatest place on earth. Definitely the greatest place in the U.S. I honestly think it's the most incredible place on earth. So it doesn't matter where I am in the world. Montana is just always on the way home. So told my good buddy Jacob that I'd be coming up to Montana. He wanted to talk to me about a few things, so we were planning on meeting up. Well, so I'm out on this fly fishing trip. We're on a float trip. I'm out of service for 2 days, and I finally get back to service out of this trip, or after this trip, and I got all these messages. I got like an Instagram message, a text message, and a voicemail, all from Jacob, kind of getting on my case. Hey man, where are you? When are you getting up to Bozeman? And so I told him, I'm like, well, I'm planning on going into Salt Lake for a few days, and I'll be up shortly after that. And immediately get a call back from Jacob. And y'all are probably wondering where the hell this is going. Well, hits me up and he's like, no, you need to be in Dillon, Montana tomorrow night because we're doing some waterfowl and some pheasant hunting. And I'm like, oh shoot, okay. So I hauled my ass all the way up to Dillon, Montana, and sat down in blind with my buddy Jacob and his business partner and some friends, and we all just had a grand old time waterfowl hunting. And I tell you what, if you have not done this, you may be like me, where you look at maybe some upland game or some waterfowl hunt, and you're like, it's not big game. It just doesn't interest me. But I tell you what, it is a blast. There's absolutely nothing like it. I've talked about it on a few other podcasts just from the perspective of what I have heard. But, I'll tell you what, until you've done it, it's just hard to understand. And it's just amazing. The camaraderie of everyone sitting together in the blind, having a conversation, the moments of those intense moments suddenly when a knot of geese or ducks starts coming in and they call in, they turn, and you can just feel the intensity in the blind, and then they whoever's calling calls the shots, and you all pop up and you just fold up these geese, man. It's just crazy to see. Or then driving, doing a drive for pheasants. You got the dogs. Watching these dogs work, that's a whole different thing. Man, if you go on one of these, I guarantee you're going to want to buy a bird dog. It's the craziest thing. I swear they work harder than I ever have on a backcountry hunt. These dogs are going nonstop, whether they're fetching geese and ducks or they're trying to flush out pheasants or chukar or whatever the upland game happens to be. It is amazing watching these dogs work. But I keep getting off topic, but it's an amazing thing. If you have not done any waterfowl or upland game hunting, you absolutely need to. I guarantee you'll have an incredible time, and it's just a lot of action. But, so I digress. So, in the blind with Jacob and his business partner and some of our buddies, and we're just having a great time talking, and they are telling me about this business opportunity. Now, y'all know that, about a year and a half ago, I quit my job. I started my own business, and I've been running, especially if you've been hearing all my advertisements, I've been running a digital marketing service for the past, year and a half, something like that. It's been a bit longer, but officially as my full-time job. Digital marketing service for companies in the outdoor industry. And so, haven't been looking for a new job, had zero desire to work for anyone. And well, they're presenting to me this whole business idea. And I'm like, oh, it sounds interesting. And I can tell that they're wanting me to be part of it. So I'm kind of, it sounds interesting, but, I'm not all that interested. And 2 days later, we get back up to Bozeman. I sit down with them in the office, and they give me the full pitch, and it's really an amazing thing. And now I can't tell you exactly what the company that they're starting is doing, but what I can tell you is that it is going to be a conservation-focused company where 20% of all the profits are going to be going to a specific conservation projects. It's super exciting. When we launch, coming up soon, I am going to be super excited to do a whole podcast about it. I guarantee y'all are going to want to get involved. So keep an eye out for that. But, they're giving me this pitch, and they're talking about how they want to get involved in conservation and really generate funds in a meaningful and very transparent way. And so I'm sitting there thinking, I'm like, man, this is super authentic. This is super important to do. And then they're sitting there telling me they want me to help represent this company, and they want to support what I'm doing here with the podcast as well as with the digital marketing. And so I'm sitting here wondering when the other shoe's going to drop, like what the downside is, and it just doesn't come. And so before I know it, I blinked, and suddenly, y'all, I'm looking for an apartment in Bozeman, Montana. And I'm signing a new employment contract in addition to still doing all of the things I'm doing here. So, my head is still spinning. It's about a week and a half. As of the time I'm recording it, this all happened about a week and a half ago. I just yesterday signed the lease on my new apartment in Belgrade, Montana, just outside of Bozeman. Awesome new place. I am talking to this company. We are building out a podcast studio and they are connecting me with just some amazing people, y'all. I am super excited. Once we get this running, I'm super excited to share the guests that I'm going to be having on with you. But y'all, it's happening. It's still hard to believe. It's still incredibly hard for me to believe, but I'm freaking moving to Montana, y'all. I can't believe it. And this is, I guess, the first official announcement, at least as of the time I'm recording this. I don't know if by the time this is coming out, if I've made a post yet, but y'all, I could not be more excited for so many reasons. One, to get involved in this awesome company, do amazing things for conservation, but as well to be in the place where my heart has always lived. I used to always say that my heart has always been in Montana. It's just taken my body a little while to catch up. And so, again, I could not be more excited to be coming out here. And it opens up so many opportunities, convenience for guests to come on, talk to amazing people, but also opportunities for tags. I mean, let's face it, when it comes to fly fishing and hunting, Montana is pretty much Mecca. Like, you'd be hard pressed to really tell me there's a better spot in the world as an outdoorsman to live. And additionally, if you think about it logically here, and trust me, I've considered all the points. You look at Montana and all the amazing states surrounding it where you want to hunt. If you're going to be a resident in one state and a non-resident in the others, Montana's where you want to be. Now, that being said, a lot of Montana residents, I'm sure right now, are sitting here cursing my name for talking about how amazing it is. So here's my token statement of Montana is an awful place. You really shouldn't move out there. You should probably stay where you're at. It's absolutely just terribly ugly in Montana. The hunting and fishing is terrible. And so, yeah, you probably shouldn't move out there. So now that I've checked that off the list, y'all, it's an amazing thing. At the moment, I signed my lease yesterday. At the moment, I am on my way back to California to pick up my dogs, pick up all my crap, and start meandering my way back. I'm hoping to be able to get everything packed up in about a week, say goodbye to some friends, and head on out to the best place on earth. It's just really funny. I look back in this trip, I had no idea. It was so just completely and utterly unexpected, this whole thing. I was posting on my story as I was coming into Montana, 2 weeks ago or so, posted all about, just a picture of the Welcome to Montana sign. And I said something along the lines of, it's really nice to come home for a while. And little did I know how prophetic that post would be. So if y'all can't tell, super excited to be moving out to Montana. I know that so many of y'all have been following along for a long time on this journey with me. And, this is not, it may sound like this with how I'm talking, but this is not at all an end to that journey. This is just a super early step along the way. I am so excited to see where this can take me. see the opportunities that this is opening up for me. And I'm just floored. Floored to be moving to Montana, y'all. I'm excited to get my residency. I'm excited to be able to go to the dang store and buy a new rifle without all this crap from California. I'm excited to, for the tags that I'm able to get. I think for hunting, I have to look, but I think for hunting, it is 6 months to be a resident. I think it's like 3 months for me to get a CCW out here. I've got to look, but regardless, excited to be out here, excited to enjoy hunting and fishing, and y'all, that's really it. That's the podcast for this week. Short one. Just wanted to share that with y'all and share that exciting news. So hope y'all are having a good one. That'll do it for this week. Looking forward to next time. But until then, I hope this podcast inspired you to get involved, get outdoors, and plan your initiative for the wild.
Thank you for listening to The Wild Initiative. Please take a moment to leave a rating and review on iTunes or Stitcher, and head on over to thewildinitiative.com to get show notes, check out the blog, gear discounts, other podcasts from the Wild Initiative family, and more.